My name is Ashley Pastori, and I'm an installation artist, printmaker, and papermaker. I'm really attracted to tactile surfaces and objects with a history and using my hands to make things. And I like creating things that people want to pick up or look at. I want to hold people's interest. And I think that like the discipline of fibers is kind of a zone that really encourages that because it's kind of like an exploration of materials. Living and working in Erie, Pennsylvania was definitely a choice. My family's from here and I really like this area. I think it's a beautiful place, but it definitely felt kind of like a hard decision to move back here because I knew it would be challenging. I hope to be an artist who's working in this area, kind of bringing things into the current art world. I really think it's important for people to have access to creative space and creative thinking, and I think that this area in particular really needs that. That's why I'm here. Process is super important to my work. I usually don't know exactly what the reason is that I'm making something until I have moved the material I'm using through my body in a way. So I acquired thousands of lottery tickets and I decided to start sewing them together, and I wasn't really sure why. But as I was sewing them, I started thinking about the life of the person who accumulated the lottery tickets and what it means to live the life that they were living, and I realized the concept through processing the material. And I usually like using things that have kind of a history previous to me. Like I don't usually start with like a blank white sheet piece of paper. I like finding collections of things and thinking about why they were collected and then processing it, and it becomes something different and gives people a different perspective. I think a successful piece of art holds the attention of people who are looking at it and hopefully encourages them to hold space for a different perspective. I think that community is our natural state. I think that that's a Barbara Kingsolver quote. And it's a misconception that artists are like these individuals who, like operate alone and they're isolated. I think that that's like something that we maybe thought like artists are one in a million people or something like that. But I think that we all need community, and sharing creative thought and talking with other artists is super helpful for figuring out what you're doing. Working in isolation is really hard, and for anyone, any person, I think. I think that community is also really interesting at this time because, well, I think that a lot of artists are moving into a zone of social practice, which is maybe more directly engaging communities of people. Instead of having to like go to a museum to see artwork, it's kind of coming into the community, which I think is way more successful, and what the purpose of art is supposed to do is kind of reach a broader range of people. My earliest memory of making, I think, is probably drawing. Every time I would go to my grandma's house, she'd have some new like art tool for me to use. Markers or crayons or cool stuff.